it do? You know what this is, man. It's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live from the NY. Back with another one. You heard? Hey, check this out, man. First and foremost, got to give a shout out to all you guys for your continuous support. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. It's your first time. Hope it's not your last. You heard? If you just passing by, just hit the like. You know what I'm saying? Let's build this content up. You know what I'm saying? They got me outside. They got me outside. Hey, yo. Oh, and shout out to the creators too, and all the, and all the other people that has been following me from the gate. Shout out to you guys. Let me issue my apologies from not having the verdict today. I had Today was my son's birthday party, and we went out, so I had to postpone that. You know what I'm saying? It was way out from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? But everything was cool, calm, and collected. You feel me? But definitely we're gonna come on tomorrow. I'm gonna get home a little later and I'm gonna put stuff together, you know what I'm saying? Finish putting what I gotta put together, and then I'm just gonna bring it to you live, you feel me? We're gonna talk that talk, you know what I'm saying? Facts over feelings, you know what I'm saying? Facts over beliefs and all that nonsense. But on a serious tip right here, yo, you ever heard that saying that when somebody is mad, when somebody tell you how they feel when they mad is how they was always feeling about a person? And and sometimes when people after they calm down, they be like, nah, I didn't mean that. I didn't want to say that. That's not what I meant. It came out wrong. I was just heated. I was upset. You hear stuff like that, right? But where I come from, you know what I'm saying? When we see things like that, we hear things like that, and I mean, it's very necessary that you just, whoa, you feel me? And I feel like a lot of times we as individuals, and I know you guys, experience that as well, as far as dealing with, um, you dealing with you dealing with an individual, and the individual is displaying a side of them that came out when they was mad. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, that's how you really felt. That's what you was really seeing. That's what you was really internalizing. You feel me? And then when you see stuff like that, you know what I mean? You got to make that conscious decision. It's like, yo, do you continue participating, or do you take a step back and allow individuals to process and do what they do? You feel me? Because at the end of the day, when you see stuff like that, these are the first signs of shit being toxic. You heard? This is the first signs of stuff being toxic. And when things start being toxic, and when things start being a little out of wax, and things start being a little too woo woo woo, you know what I'm saying? You gotta really make that decision. And listen, these are the street manuals. You know what I'm saying? Like the manual for us. The shout out to the ancestors. There was manuals that was put together as far as how we were supposed to operate, how we were supposed to conduct ourselves around these people, how we were supposed to always have an eye for each other. Like, we had these things in writings, bro, and we deviated from that. And now when you see certain people doing certain things, you have an obligation to say, wait, hold on, nah, this is not an area you're supposed to be in, because this area is gonna end up being toxic. And as a black man, we as black people, the last thing that we should ever have to deal with is extra toxicity outside of the oppression that we dealing with, bro. This is facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really out here getting older. You feel me? Like, we out here getting older. And it's like certain things and certain ways our mentality supposed to be. And I feel like we allow certain things be done and being said. And it's like, how many times you're gonna see a sign? How many times you're gonna witness destruction? Like, you're witnessing a bulldozer just like this. It's not going all out. It's not going all out. But it's hitting. Boom. 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 And we as individuals, we let these boom, boom, booms keep hitting. We let these boom, boom, booms keep hitting. We let these boom, boom, booms keep hitting until we fall down to the floor, and then we can never get back up. Because it's either you're going to be dead in jail, or you're going to be so broke that when you try to jump and piss, you're gonna push out negatives. You understand what I'm saying? Put on my hoodie, man. You know what I'm saying? They got me outside. They got your brother man outside. I tell you, man, I'm really for my people, bro. I'm not in for the I'm not in for the fugazis. That roller things making ingrown hairs on my head, bro, on my beard. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, we out here. The objective is to release the people from the pain, release the people from the agony. Understanding when somebody say the things that they say when they're mad, and you are observant, and these things are being said, even if it's being said to somebody else, and you hear like, oh, that's how you feel about that person, like that's how you can visualize that person. Imagine how you could visualize me. Imagine how you could visualize me. You feel me? And when we see stuff like that, we don't check it. Now, where I come from, I don't play with fire. I don't play with fire. I don't play with smoke. I don't play with anything that I don't have control. When I feel things is getting out of control, and it's gonna get an individual like me out of my control, out of my peace, out of my universe, out of my mission, out of my purpose, correction has to be made immediately. Correction has to be made immediately. It has to be made immediately. This is how the world's gonna function, bro. And we as individuals, we gotta start understanding when you see individuals display every individual that you see display such characteristics when they are upset, and they're telling you how they really feel. That's what that means. When somebody expressing themselves and they're saying things you have never heard them before, but you're hearing them saying it when they are in a level of upset, anger, frustration, whatever. These are the feelings that they really felt, and this is the opportunity for them to unleash it. And when it's unleashed, it's like, wow, that's how you really was feeling. That's how you view things. Copy that. Copy that. This is the problem that we are dealing with as individuals. We see that, and we ain't copying that. We see that, and bro, oh man. At the end of the day, people, all I'm saying is, when you're dealing with individuals, and individuals start off showing love, because everybody could show love when everything is good. You know who the person really is and how they really feel about you when they are in that state of anger, state of rage. They temperamatic. They gotta unleash. And when you see what's being unleashed, it's like, whoa. It's like that. Damn. I thought we was cool. I thought we was homies. I thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gave you daps. I gave you hugs. I paid homage. You give respect. You stay honorable to the game. You stay honorable to the game. But the game is not honorable no more. I had a conversation with my man And I told my mans, like, yo, my nigga, I got children to live for. All that trying to be a tough guy, I'm a certified gangster, etc., etc. This how I dress. This is what I was grew up in. This is how we grew up. I'm from Brooklyn. This is normal. You know what I'm saying? For you guys, you might like, if you say you're not supposed to be a gangster, then why you dress like this? This is normal. This is everyday wear. This is for them that been there, that touched dollars, that drove cars, that dealt with women, that sold drugs, that did drugs. You know what I'm saying? That played the block. You know what I'm saying? They dress like this. You know what I'm saying? That's the environment that I came from. You understand? My son, shout out to my son. My son is literally the individual that took me out of that. Like, my urgency to prove that I was the realest nigga literally diminished tremendously when my son was born. I gave up everything for my little nigga. And to see this man graduate high school, got a job, making his money. I came to his grandma's crib like, yo, where he at? She like, oh, he went to work. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? But I'm proud of that, because this is what I sacrificed to put out to the world. This is what I sacrificed to put out to the world. Hit that like button, man. This is what I sacrificed. This is what I sacrificed to give back to the world, and I'm honored. Because I played the game accordingly, bro. And like I told my mans, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm a father, my nigga. All that tough guy stuff is a dub for that. All these niggas that's running around, playing tough, my nigga, as soon as you get loud, you get out your car, my nigga, camera out on one phone, 911 on the other. The fuck? Only way I would ever be in a state of defense is if somebody touched me. If you was to lay your hands on me, that's a whole different conversation. Whole different conversation. But before you even get to that point, bro, police is called, nigga, 911. I don't give a damn. I am a civilian, bro. I pay taxes. I've been paying taxes for over 20-something years. How you think I'm not about to you think my hard investment, I'm not about to use it to my full capacity? Y'all niggas is crazy. To prove what? To a bunch of crab niggas, bottom feeders, niggas that prefer being in this condition? Niggas prefer being like this. If niggas prefer being like this, you think I'm gonna waste my time trying to prove something or fight with? No, ever in life. And if any nigga is not on that type of time, y'all niggas is weird. I'm not about that. I'm past that phase, that phase of wanting to be this violent, hurting people and proving that you a tough guy. Nigga, every nigga I know that lived that life trying to prove that he's a tough guy is either dead or in jail. Every nigga. And I knew some real niggas, bro. I'm talking about niggas that had people feared. They had to get this nigga out. It was real, because back when we grew up, we knuckle up. You know what I'm saying? We knuckle up. You get $1.50. You know what I'm saying? Because it was glory. It's like you was a failure if you let somebody get close to you and cut up your face, or you get somebody to box up your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was glory, and you was a sucker. And this is why this generation don't want to fight, because they don't want to take that L. And it's not an L, it's a lesson. It's like, nigga, you got to step up your hand game. All of us was fighting in the beginning, bro. Slap boxing and all that. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some, bro. You take the L like a man, bro. I remember when I was getting low thin, son, my son said, boop, boop, hit me, bah, hit me in my eye. No, I'm lying. He was throwing, I'm dodging. He came close, and then his dog came. I heard his dog, and I just jumped because it felt like he was literally right on my thigh, bro, on my shin. Like, oh, and then when I did that, son hit me with an uppercut in my eye. I said, oh, you know what I'm saying? Real nigga shit. Had a big band-aid on my face, bro. This is real nigga time, bro. This is the shit that we had to go through. It's not like that. And you think I'm about to waste my time and try to knuckle up or prove something to anybody? Yo, bro, I got nothing to prove to nobody. This is why I get so upset with you guys, because it's like, what are you trying to prove? You cannot prove nothing to people that's bums, bro. We are bums. We all are a paycheck away from being rock bottom, bro. We all a paycheck away from being rock bottom, bro. We a paycheck away from being rock bottom, pimpin'. Look at the stuff that's around us, pimpin'. What are we out here proving? They got an entire system being restructured to put their foot on our necks even more. And we out here beefing with each other. Children is killing children. Generations is being paused, haltered. Because of gangs, cliques, and words, songs. It's like, yo, niggas, y'all niggas is even. You got 5, he got 5. Even if they got 7 and you got 3, just call it even. You giving these police officers raises. You giving the government, you making the government fund these niggas. Like, look how much niggas we arresting. We need more military. We need more guns. We need more this. We need more that. We want these niggas to be on this type of time. And it's like, yo, bro, when are we gonna wake up and smell the Kool-Aid, bro? Like, fam. There's a whole system that's literally put in place to destroy, bro. I don't think black people realize you guys are getting ready to be shipped. All that Jesus, the Lord will come. Yeah, y'all getting ready to be shipped. All you niggas is getting ready to be shipped. Your exodus is gonna come. If you here in New York, your exodus is gonna come. You gonna exit out your apartment, wherever borough you in. Unless you in the Bronx, nigga. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro. They making it hard for people to live out here, bro. They making it hard for people to come live out here, bro. They making it hard, bro. You know why? Because we're wasting money doing pure foolishness. We're wasting money trying to impress bottom feeders. You trying to bag and lay with a bitch that done slept with every nigga that had multiple partners. Nigga, you ain't getting nothing special. You out here looking good for what? Dealing with bitches for what, my nigga? These bitches out here sucking dick all over the world, my nigga. Ain't nothing, you ain't getting nothing precious, nigga. Say ain't a diamond in the dirt. Why we going so hard? We should be planning, focusing, teaching these children. Let me see if I got this joint on my phone. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I got this joint on my phone. Right here. We shall not kill one another. We should not sell or offer drugs to one another. It's mad stuff, man. I wish I could zoom this in so you guys can see what this joint says, man. Come on, bro. We was outside, man. We was outside, bro. I'm telling you, there's a manual. There's literally the El Kebule Kidnaps manual, bro. From the minute the ancestors came off the goddamn ships, don't think that niggas was on submissive time. Niggas was always planning to dip, bro. This is why all this military, this is why all these police officers, this is why the slave catchers, this is why all these dogs, this is why all these shooters, this is my nigga, they knew what time it was, bro. It was not an easy walk in the park, bro. It wasn't, bro. And these people got the documentations to prove it. Remember, these are the ones that's in control of history. Their objective is to complain your mind, to put you in a state of weakness, to keep you in a state of fear, to keep you in a state of belief, hope, and assumptions, believing that something is going to redeem you from these circumstances. Meanwhile, you see the world operating in a way that none of us can function. Not even Jesus is gonna save you, my nigga. You see, when I went down this rabbit hole, pimping, I keep telling y'all, when I went down this rabbit hole and I see what I'm like, oh shit, look how these niggas literally misled us and literally misguided us and gave us information to redirect us, to always keep us indoctrinated to their writings, bro. This is indoctrination that they have placed all around us. You guys don't understand. We have been under attack. Our people, El Kebulan people, El Kebulan kidnaps, bro. We have been under attack since 1300 BC, nigga. Don't believe nothing that these niggas tell you, bro. I don't want to hear none of that. If you telling me that they stole it from us, prove that. If you never seen it and you ain't read it verbatim, you can't come with that argument. You look stupid. This is 2025. This is the year of Aquarius. This is the year of information. Niggas want documentations, bro. If you ain't providing that, you ain't seen that, you're giving us the same Hebrew Israelite stories, bro. We not hearing that, bro. I'm not a Hebrew Israelite, bro. There's nothing Hebrew about me, bro. I know where that story Hebrew come from, bro. That's not how the game go, pimping. That's not how the game go, pimping. I'm sorry, I'm the one to burst your bubble, but that's not how the game go, pimping. These people have been lying from the gate. This is all about fear, bro. I have the documentations to prove my arguments, bro. Charles C. Jones, people, look him up. Charles C. Jones. Charles Crocker Jones is the man that turned the Negroes into Christians. They did not know nothing about the Sabbath day. They didn't know nothing about commandments. We're talking pre-slavery, bro. The only people that knew anything about that was the ones that was giving us the book. They was the instructors. Remember, before you became the instructor, they was the beginners. They was the primary instructors. You are the aftermath. They are the primary instructors. Okay? They came and provide you with documentations. Charles C. Jones, look that man up. That's the man that turned black people. That was the man that put the green light and put the ding dong in the minds of the slave masters. Charles C. Jones was a plantation owner as well. The plantation niggas used to come to his house and be like, yo, look how he got these niggas. These niggas is reading the Bible, and they're polite and they're saying yes, and they're not rebellious. My guys just shot 5 of them the other day and 6 of them ran off, and we still hunting for them. Look how obedient they are. Maybe we should consider this in the beginning. Check this out, guys. In the beginning, these people said these niggers are not even worthy of reading what we're reading reading the Bible. Charles C. Jones had to convince the plantation owners to allow you niggas to read the Bible. Charles C. Jones was the nigga that convinced the plantation owners to allow you black men and women and children to read the Biblos. And guess what, people? His primary target was children. Guess how he lured the children in. Check this out. Check this out. Guess how he lured the children in. Check this out. He lured the children in with clothes and gifts, candy. That's how he lured them in. The mothers and the fathers did not want to go, but them children was so hungry. They was like, yo, listen, man, I rather him eat something good than eat what we eating. And they allowed the homie to go. Let our homie go. They feeding him. He's a little scared. He's a little shy because it is the oppressors. He's a little nervous. But it's a whole different approach. These people approaching these little dudes like, hey, how you doing? Well, you want to try this on? And they just shocked, like, oh, whoa. And the same thing that they doing now. They say, do you believe in Jesus Christ? Little homie said, what is Jesus? Do you know about the laws of Jesus? Wait, hold on. Wait. You only thought they was only teaching them the New Testament? You only thought they was teaching the New Testament? So why is the book of Proverbs in every Catholic and Baptist and Protestant church? What is Psalms doing there? What is Genesis doing there? Exodus is there. They just don't read it. Oh, but best believe that they did. Best believe they was teaching the children and telling them why they was in these circumstances. Check this out, Pimpin. Charles C. Jones. Go get the book. Go get the book. Go get the book, Pimpin. Charles C. Jones, you heard? Charles C. Jones, you heard? Charles C. Jones was the one that converted black people into Christians. Facts. So I get that information. So now I'm sitting on this information. Now this is a lot of information to bear because now I'm kind of upset. Now I'm listening to what he's saying. I'm listening directly to how he taught the black Christians, how he taught them to be, how he taught them to deliver the word. I kid you not. If you listen to every nigga that read the Bible, everybody read the Bible on the same pitch, same time, same delivery. It's just a different sound, bro. Listen carefully, bro. I'm probably one of the only individuals that was given that joint on some hood point of view. Some of the other niggas was doing it, but I'm telling you, it wasn't like Jones. And especially the type of time that I'm on now, the mentality that I have now, the knowledge that I have now, the eye opener that I see now. So when I see that, I had to put that right there. So I said to myself, well, if the El Kebulans didn't know the commandments and don't know nothing about Jesus or the Biblos, okay, so why are the South Africans claiming that they are the children of the Bible? Now, for the Bantus that's in that belief, I would advise you to just click it off and just continue doing what you're doing, because this is gonna be kind of painful. So I say, so why is the South Africans claiming that they are the children of the Bible? But nobody in Africa knew about the Bible except for like areas like the Congo, because of King Alfonso, when he converted the entire nation, committed treason. And that was the beginning of the demise for those people. That was the demise for the Congolanians, you heard? That was the beginning of the demise, bro. Facts. Niggas can't argue that. Niggas can't argue that, bro. So now I'm seeing South Africa. I'm saying to myself, well, so then if the Africans, they know the commandments, then how did the commandment talking make his way to to make his way to South Africa. So one day, minding my business, not saying nothing. I'm looking. I forgot what I was watching, but I know it was something. I know it was something El Kebulan. I forgot what I was watching. And then out of nowhere, this video come up where this man is exposing these black Hebrew Israelites. And I'm like, oh, here comes another one. But he was like, black Hebrew Israelites trying to take the Hebrewism to South Africa. So I said, wait, what? I said, all right, cool. Let me see what this is hitting for. So then, boom, I'm watching this joint. I'm saying, yo, son, hold on. Then I see him pull out this book. So once I seen the book, I just paused the video. Like I didn't want to watch it no more because I didn't want his interpretation of his knowledge of the book. So I got the book. I went to the library, and shout out to the library. Listen, I had that book for so long they wouldn't even allow me to put it on. They wouldn't even allow me to extend it because somebody put a hold on it. Like, yo, I need that. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, it's probably somebody that's watching my videos and is knowing like, nah, this nigga June be talking that talk. I gotta see what he talking about. You heard? Facts. So I get this book and I'm reading it. And I'm reading it, I'm reading it, I'm reading it. And then it goes back to William S. Crowdy. And I already know who that is. That's the inventor of the Hebrew Israelite. It goes back to them. But then they never told us about his protege. See, they don't tell you about the protege. And they had the protege on the internet, but they took it down ever since I came out with it. You're listen, man, pimping game, nigga. This is me. I am him. Don't get it twisted, pimp. Don't get it twisted, you're. The nigga had somebody special on his side that nobody talked about. Albert Christian or Big Al. How I know these things. Albert Christian Pimpin, aka Big Al, the protege of William S. Crowdy, bro. The nigga was sent on a mission, courtesy of William S. Crowdy, to set the stage for William S. Crowdy to make an appearance. But he had to be there for a long period of time to set the mold because William S. Crowdy was getting old and he could not deal with a new crowd of people, especially El Kebulan people that was just now learning English. Yes, English came into South Africa in the 19th century, bro. Prior to that, we spoke no English, pimpin'. No English, my nigga. We spoke no English. And then homie came, Christian, Albert Christian. Homie came. And homie literally started bringing forth the commandments. Yo, we are the 12 tribes, this, that, And around the same time, he was working with the Germans. The German missionaries or mercenaries was in South Africa. And they was in a place in 1904 in South Africa. And they named that place Mambri. I repeat, they named that place Mambri. I repeat, they named that place Mambri. Alright, cool. That happens. So now, I got individuals in America that didn't know nothing. Charles C. Jones that had to corrupt the minds. Then I got William S. Crowdy who's a Freemason, by the way, became one of the students that came from the school of Charles C. Jones and was given the certification to teach you niggas the Bible. And you niggas thinking that I be wildin', right? Cool. So that's the West. Albert Christian comes to South Africa. They know nothing about it neither. So now I got two informations that sits on us not knowing absolutely nothing prior to these people's arrival. Cool. So then I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do what everybody else do. I'm not gonna say, look at the Bible, look at the name of the Bible, and look at the city. That's how you know that's bro. Who changed the English? Who changed El Capulan land into an English language? When English came into El Capulan in 1900, 18th and 19th century, bro. You gotta make that make sense. But that's neither here or there. I said I was not going to do that. I was not going to be like everybody else and trying to brainwash people about places, renaming them, taking a letter out, putting another letter, telling them, like, wasn't about to do none of that because all of that is BS, my nigga. Pure madness. Pure madness. I said, you know what? We need to do things that if a logical person was to ask, we would want a logical answer. And being the fact that we in 2025, telling us to believe is just not acceptable. So then what you think I did? What you think I did? I said, you know what? Let me start looking into these scrolls that they said that they stole it from. I started asking individuals, and I'm talking about individuals that's at the top of the top. And I'm like, yo, like, can this information be proven? Because I don't want to live my life, believing in something that's just a fairy tale. Can this be proven? Can you provide us with this information to prove that they stole this writing that these people, this book that they gave us was a stolen copy from our book? They told me that I had to read the Dead Sea Scrolls, and then from the Dead Sea Scrolls, look at it from the Hebrew, and from the Hebrew, it was really Bantu. I said, nah, Pimpin. That's not how it goes. You're not gonna lead me to one door, to another door, for that door to be locked. And when it's time for me to go back, all the doors is closed because you're gonna tell me you should have never went. We're not doing that. What you're going to do is, can you provide me with the actual documentations of these scrolls? Everybody told me no. I said, okay. They said that Jesus, the Savior, died in Zimbabwe. Cool. Somebody with that much power and change into society, his death spot would always be remembered forever. It would never diminish from the minds of the people. But yet the people don't know what the fuck we're talking about when we bring this story up. So then I asked somebody, I said, yo, can you provide me with the information can you provide me with the location, the exact location where the Savior was killed at? They'll tell me it's in a city. I said, no, I don't want the city, sir. I don't want the city. I want the exact location. You know the exact location that they could take you for these so-called meteors? Why nobody can show me the exact location where this man was, no longer existent? But it didn't happen. but it didn't happen. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go with the narrative that the captivity, the colonization, the separation, the removals. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna stand with that. That's your go-to. Fine, cool. So I then said, so what about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Can we identify where these people was buried? They said that they was buried in a cave in Mamre. Now the cave that the Germans named Mamre over there, they turned that entire cave into a nightclub. They didn't even have any acknowledgement and no respect if the body of Abraham and Jacob and Isaac and Joseph, you know what I'm saying? All these people that had powerful meanings to our existence would be buried there. This would be, listen, these people would display that every single day, every chance that they get, they would have displayed the fact that they found these bodies. But yet there's no conversation. They open up mummies from 5 to 10,000 years ago. You telling me you can't open up the body of Abram? He's that sacred that he can't be touched? That sounds like a level of racism to me. So the black man could get opened and wounded and touched and put on display for the world to see, but Abram can't be touched because he's the holy of holies. He got the complexion for the protection. Y'all niggas gotta make that make sense. So that can't be answered. All right, cool. We put that to the side. We'll put that to the side. All right. Um, you said Solomon had 700 wives, 400 concubines, and for a man with that much women and children, why aren't we able to trace this bloodline? Why aren't these children in a prestige position right now? We can trace Jesus, the Savior's lineage, from his birth to God in Luke 3. But we can go back to David, Solomon, and the 400, 700. That makes it what? 11,000 women. 11,000 women. How much children does this man has? If he's black, he's fucking these bitches, bro. If he's black, he is fucking these bitches, bro. But we can't trace that. We can't trace that. But we can trace Jesus all the way from Jesus to the Creator, to the Father. We can trace Jesus all the way to the Father. We can trace Jesus all the way to the Father. But we can't find 1,100 women and children. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now it's getting interesting. Okay. So I said, okay, no problem. So then I put that to the side. I said, you know what? And I've been feeling like this for a very long time. I just been holding my peace because I didn't know how to bring forth this knowledge because I know a lot of our people is still under that hypnosis. I know a lot of our people is still under that hypnosis. And bringing information like this is gonna sound like heresy or evil or demonic or satanic or atheist or this, and it's none of that. I believe in the creators. The creators does not come from that story. But anyway, so I didn't know how to say that. So boom, I put that aside. I said, you know what? Let me put that aside. I'm gonna leave that aside. Let me put more focus on black knowledge. Let me get some El Capulan knowledge. I got African proverbs. I said, oh, this is fire. Let me get some more. Let me get some more African literature. Let me start learning the African way. Let me start learning about El Capulan. Why not learn about El Capulan? Why not? Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we worry about El Capulan? As black men and women, we know that we was taken from that place. Why don't we know about that? America is not our home. America is prison. We have no choice but to learn what we have to learn so we can fly under the radar. Once you're finished learning what you learn, you put your attentions back to the motherland, to the homeland, to El Kebulan, to where you belong, where we belong. We don't belong here, bro. Niggas don't belong here. We belong in a whole different area, bro. We belong home. So I said, all right, cool. Check this out. Check this out. All right, cool. You ain't gonna tell me. You ain't gonna tell me. You ain't gonna tell me where the children of that at. You ain't gonna tell me where the 1,100 women and children at. All right, cool. Put that to the side. Let me start focusing on El Capulan literature. Now I'm learning Al Capulan literature. I said, you know what? I remember being in the Hebrews. They always said not to read the Book of the Dead because when you read the Book of the Dead, you're gonna summon demons, etc., etc. I said, oh really? And I never touched it. But when I stepped away from this religion stuff, I said, let me see. Let me see what this is talking about. And when I say religion, I'm talking about the Hebrew. When I step away from the Hebrew stuff, I said, let me see what this is hitting for. And I kid you not, literally, word for word, just remove Jesus and put Horus, or put Horus and Jesus, etc., whatever, vice versa. Vice versa, bro. Vice versa. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, nah. These people, yo, bro. It's like you gotta put that to the side. And then it's the same story, bro. Back to back. I'm like, wait, hold on. Oh, snap. This is why they don't want us to read this book. It's the same effing story. Yeah. We're gonna have to do something better now, you heard? And from that day on, I said, nah, hold on. This ain't making sense. Then I had to look into the Egypt stuff. Who put the Egypt together? Who started that shit? Who started allowing black people to retrieve this information? It's not like we had the fair opportunity like they did. No, they got first dibs. They touched it, they rewrote it, they probably ripped it up and wrote their own version before you got it. So everything that you got after that is from them. It's not from you, it's not from your ancestors, it's from them. You can force yourself to believe that and say, no, that's not true. You can force yourself to do that. But in reality, my nigga, you got that joint from them. Your mentality is from them. Your ideologies from them. Your perspective and viewpoints of life. Your reality is of them, bro. You can't come and tell me anything. And when I seen that, I said, nah, we not doing this. Oh, that's why they give honor to Egypt. That's why they go into the pyramids, because they speak into the deities that's telling them how to run the world, what they need to do, the measures they need to take in order to ensure that America don't fall and make the mistakes like Egypt, nigga. Y'all niggas is crazy. Y'all niggas is crazy. Niggas be like, yo, look, this is where Jesus was living at in Egypt. Who told you that? Them? Because it was them that wrote the story. We don't have the original. Oh, matter of fact, some of you niggas will argue and say, yes, we know that's not the original text. So if it's not the original text, why are we holding this shit like the Holy Grail? If it's not the original text, how do we hold it like it's the Holy Grail and it's not the original text? And we know that. We're saying it to ourselves. Nah, my nigga, this joint ain't the original text. You heard? Come on, son. Tell them niggas respect the drip, man. Look. And I'm gonna get I got my diamond ones in the safe, you heard? This one I got custom made. You know, when I come on the podcast, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I rock it, you know what I'm saying? This is right here, you know? You know what I'm saying? It's a grip right here, you heard? Look how heavy this joint is, man. You know what I mean? This is my dad ring right here. I wear that everywhere I go, you know what I'm saying? It's the warrior in me, you heard? Always represent. We don't fall, never did, never will, you heard? And then, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We outside. Of course, you keep the ROD on. Come on, man. Tell them niggas stop playing with your boy, man. I am him. We are him. We are them, nigga. The El Kepulan kidnaps, nigga. And I'm proud to say that. I'm honored. Proud to say that I'm honored because I know who I am, and I'm not. I don't need their story to justify who I am. My story comes from me. My lineage comes from me. I'm carrying on the blood of my ancestors. I'm carrying their blood. I'm not carrying the bloods of the niggas that run the world. Not carrying their blood. And obviously the world shows that they don't care about those that don't carry their blood neither. So why the fuck am I trying to impress, chase, and be like them? Why should I care? My objective is to be about me and us, like people. And niggas is tweaking. And when I tell you that these things that we're reading, that these informations that we're getting, you can't hold it like the Holy Grail, my nigga. This is not the Holy Grail, bro. It hurts my heart when I see my people really holding on to these things like the Holy Grail. And it's like, yo, fam, that's not what it is, bro. Why would the enemy give you such a powerful book? Why would they give it to you? Why would they want to give you strength? Why would they want to give you strength? It was never about strength. It was always about obedience. It was never about strength. It was always about obedience. Charles C. Jones, look him up. It was about obedience. Charles C. Jones, look him up. It was about obedience. Charles C. Jones, look him up. It was about obedience, niggas. Niggas didn't want you in their church. Niggas didn't want you eating their food. Niggas didn't want you in their space. Charles C. Jones had to convince them. Because when they went to his house and they seen how well trained you niggas was, how full of estrogen you niggas was, how submissive, how beta-fied you niggas was, they said, nah, we got to bring that over here. He said, you got to get the children. He said, the mothers and fathers, they're going to eventually give in, or they're going to die off, or we can just trade them. Come on, my niggas, you niggas don't even understand what's going on out here pimping. You niggas don't even understand what's going on out here pimping. You go ahead and go listen to their Hollywood script, bro. You go ahead and go listen to their Hollywood script, bro. You go ahead and go listen to their Hollywood script, bro. I promise you, you will be disappointed at the end. I promise you, when it's your last final breath and you open your eyes, you're gonna realize everything that you said, everything that you believe, everything that you thought, it wasn't what it was. It wasn't what it was. Then you start looking into other things, like, all right, so obviously this was given unto us in a state of fear, to prevent us from ever being rebellious again, or minimize the chance of rebellion at a high rate, right? Because as time went by, over and over and over again, we simmered down on our rebel. You know what I'm saying? And you see glimpses of our rebellion inside of us, but we do it at the wrong people at the wrong time. We destroying communities. We're destroying buildings that's insured. We in destroying properties that's insured. The TVs, the food, everything is insured. They're not losing no money. In fact, they're not only are they gonna lose, not only are they not losing money, they're gonna gain more money. They're gonna add more security. They're gonna put more police around. They're gonna lock whoever acts stupid, and they're gonna gun down whoever wanna do it. That's it, nigga. Y'all niggas is crazy. Y'all niggas is crazy. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Just a bunch of lost niggas thinking that they know what's going on in the world. We don't know nothing, bro. All your information is European approved, nigga. Fuck you talking about? All your information is European approved. Ain't none of you niggas is gonna get any phenomenal, any top of the line information that could shake the room unless it's European approved, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Niggas ain't trying to hear none of that. You're not gonna tell me the enemy is gonna talk bad about the enemy because the enemy wants you to be set free. No, nigga. It's about control. It's about having you under their control, my nigga. Sit down, relax. Give a dog a bone. The bone is the same color as the Bible, brown. Put it in your mouth. Shut up. Sit down. Wait. And when Daddy says come, when you hear the word Jesus, nigga, you jump up, nigga. Fuck you talking about. So when I see these things and I see what's going on, and I'm like, nah, this is not the way we were supposed to be living our lives. Nah, nah, we ain't living like this. All of these things that you see going on around us, you got to sit there and you got to ask yourself and say, okay, look at the condition. And then I started seeing the weakness in men. I started seeing emotions in men. Emotions in men. Listen to what I'm saying to you guys. I started seeing emotions in men. We are not supposed to be in a battlefield and have any level of emotions. I don't know where that came from. Watch dudes become very, very emotional, bro. I didn't like all in my joint, bro. Watching niggas come very, very emotional. Watching individuals become very, very emotional, bro. And you gotta ask yourself. You understand? You gotta ask yourself and say, hold on. If we supposed to be the warriors and the leaders and the doorkeepers for the next generation, and we are in this state of mind and we are in this condition and we are And it's like we're moving like women, and we want to be submissive. Nobody want to be a warrior. Nobody want to be a leader. Everybody is still under this Hebrew Israelite doctrine where I'm the king, I'm the teacher, you follow me, I say go left, you say when, what time, I'm there, etc., etc. And it's like you can be respectful and be honored and be there for somebody, but at the end of the day, my nigga, we gotta handle business ourselves. We gotta look into things that no nigga want us to look into. We gotta have the conversations individuals don't want to have. If we really out here trying to find freedom, if we really out here trying to find freedom, the ancestors is gonna give you the honest answer. I keep telling you guys, the chainarchy into the heavenly realm, bro. You can look up in all El Kebulan documentations. They'll tell you. You start off, you know what I'm saying, your ancestors, you speak to your ancestors is from your ancestors, then to the then to the El Kebulan deities, from the El Kebulan deities, then you go into the creators. Then the creators have a conversation. The Biblos even tell you that the contradiction within the Biblos is horrendous, and that's another thing too. The contradictions I was finding was horrendous. The world is his footstool. If he move, the earth shall be destroyed. But in the beginning, he came out into the earth looking for Adam and Eve, but yet the earth was still standing still. You gotta make that make sense. The earth is his footstool. If he move, the earth shall tremble. It's crazy. I was just thinking about something. That one was good. The nigga said the earth is his footstool, and if he remove himself, the earth shall crumble. But in the beginning, he got down and asked Adam where he's at. And they told him they was naked. And he replied, who told you was naked? So I'm trying to figure out which one is which. Or they're going to tell you that was really Jesus that was in the garden, my brother. In the beginning was him. He was the word. Now the word, listen, the word becomes a powerful being that when you hear it, anything coming out of the Biblos is the word. So when you hear it, you automatically supposed to accept it and retrieve it and receive it in a state of science fiction. You got to receive it in a state of belief. You're not supposed to think. You're not supposed to accept it logical. You got to be in a spirit. You got to be in a trance. You got to be in a delusion. You got to be in a state of confusion. You can't read it with a state of mind. We're just reading it regular, taking it for face value, taking it for logical sense. The nigga said he's gonna kill and destroy, bro. The Biblos tell you that the Biblos ordered men to go into villages, take everything, all the gold. Why he needs the gold? When he was gonna wear a chain in heaven? Who he's trying to impress? Come on, my niggas. My bad. I'm trying to figure out who he trying to impress. Clear as day, bro. You see these things right in front of you, bro. This is literally what we're reading. You know, you know the Biblos is literally the number one selling book that authorized and justify the slavery of black people, the destruction of black people. You know the Biblos is the only book that's authorized. That's the number one seller. That's not anti-Semitic. That's not evil. That should not, that should be taken off the shelves. No, it stays right there. You know why? You know why it stays right there? Because anytime They need to justify their dictatorship. Anytime they need to justify their destruction, anytime they need to justify what they're gonna do, they gotta come under the guidelines of Christianity and democracy. See, if you add Christianity and democracy, see, democracy is another form of Christianity, right? So when you look up the terms of what democracy is, right? Matter of fact, hold on, my shoulder still hurt, guys. It's getting better, but it still hurt. Hold on. Hey Siri, what is the definition of a democracy?
Democracy means a system of government by the whole population or all the eligible members of a state, typically through elected representatives.
It says control of an organization or group by the majority of its members. The practice or principles of societal equality. Right? Remember what America was funded over. You know what I'm saying? It allowed people to have the freedom of free will, speech, religion, etc., etc. So when you have a society equality, that means everybody included. You understand? That's democracy. Democracy and Christianity. What Christianity try to do? Everybody turn Christian. Everybody believe in Jesus. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. All in the one and the same, bro. It's one and the same, bro. That joint ain't never changed, pimpin'. It ain't changed then. And guess what? It ain't gonna change now. You heard? Making my way back to the block. You know what I'm saying? It ain't changed then, and it ain't gonna change now. You heard? Gotta make these things make sense, guys. Gotta make these things make sense, man. You heard? Gotta make these things make sense. Driving with my lights off. You gotta make these things make sense, guys. We sit here and you know what I mean? We sit here and we allowing these stories to dictate us without these things providing actual facts. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like, yo, you gotta provide us with information that's gonna prove that what you're telling me is factual. You gotta provide me with information that can prove what you're telling me is gonna lead us into the next phase of the empowerment and the uplift of our people. It's the same manuscript, my nigga. It's the same group of people on this side believing what they believe in. Another group on that side believing what they believe in. Another group back there believing what they believe in. Another group back there believing what they believe in. And by the time it's all said and done, these niggas is dead and old. Then they try to give this ideology to their children. Their children is not eating this food because the children is like, listen, Dad, you've been here your entire life. We see how it corrupted your mind. We see how you try to enforce and please this ideology upon us, and we didn't like it. We only dealt with it because you was our dad. But since you're no longer here and we are adults, we really don't want to, you know what I'm saying? We really don't want to invest ourselves into this ideology. Like even my son, that's, you know what I mean? When he was young, like, yo, we got to do this. We got to do that. My son was like, all right, Dad, yeah. Well, as my son got older, he was like, yo, Dad. You know what I'm saying? He became 18, 19. And I gave my son free will. I said, yo, my nigga, look, you're a grown man, man. You have the right to do what you want, pimpin'. You know what I mean? I want you to experience this world, man. Go through your journey. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You know what I'm saying? And things get real, you know what I'm saying? I got you, pimpin'. You know what I mean? But go ahead. You know what I mean? I'm not. I want you to enjoy it like, you know what I mean? To enjoy it like how I try to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't have no children. You heard? That's what I told him. Just don't have no children. And he like, all right, dad. You know what I'm saying? Man, he doing his own thing. You know what I mean? Making his money. You know what I mean? He got his shorty, do what he do. You know what I'm saying? You know, he be like, yo, dad, man, I broke up with shorty. You know what I'm saying? I ain't feeling her. I mean, I don't get mad. I respect it. Like, yo, gotta do what you gotta do, little nigga. You know what I mean? Learn the game, learn the ropes, learn the streets. You feel me? You gotta learn that joint. You gotta learn that joint. You know what I'm saying? Get it how it comes, you heard? And you know, that's what it was. And that's where we at. And as I go, like I said, the more you go down this rabbit hole, the more holes, the more lies, the more insertions, the more meanings behind certain names like Solomon, Solomon all means on in three different languages. The number three is always in reference in the Bible. You got you got Abram, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? That's the three. You know what I'm saying? Everything is three. You know what I'm saying? All these stories is three. It's three gods, three kings. You know what I'm saying? First dynasty, second dynasty. It's all the same story, bro. The same story when you go down that rabbit hole, man. This is facts. But yo, I'm tired now, man. I want to go inside. I want to eat something. I want to eat my pizza. And then, you know what I mean, take a nap or something. Probably play 2K or something. And then wake up early and do this live for y'all, and then I gotta go see this lady in later on. But that's neither here nor there, man. But anyway, guys, it's your brother, man, from the motherland. Came to you guys live. Continue supporting, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know who this is. You know I am him, Jones at MBIC, and you know I represent the ROD. If you don't know, now you know. And I'ma holla. One.